Okay, before we get into the main video, the nearest parking to get to Three Shires Head is just off the A54. So that's the road from Buxton in one direction or Algrave in the other. And there's a lay-by on the side of this road. Got room for several cars there, but you need to get early because it soon fills up. You then make your way down this single track tarmac road, which there's no room for parking down here, very narrow, and eventually you bear left through a gate and go on to this muddy dirt track, which is quite rocky in places. And on the way you might meet the sheep security who are on duty today, checking people through, checking what you're carrying, what you're doing, and just basically staring at you, which is a bit scary actually. Why do they just stand and stare? Perhaps wondering if you like beef or lamb. Well, I like both, so watch out matey. And yeah, so walk by them slowly just in case, and eventually you'll get to Three Shires Head.
Hey up and good morning, I hope you can hear me. And what a location to come to today. The weather at the minute is pretty misty. The sun's trying to break out, but just look at the water flowing at Three Shires Head. It's something else today. Because the water levels are so high, there's not good access to where I want to go for some of the compositions. But boy oh boy, just look at that water flowing. We should have some really lost for words actually. We should have some really dramatic water shots today. It's a little bit windy. I wanted to put the drone up, but it is a little bit windy. And also I've noticed there's one or two birds flying around, lots of sheep as we've seen already. So at the minute I'm not planning to put the drone up. So today I'm going to take images in this area around the Packhorse Bridge. Then we're going to go north of the Packhorse Bridge just a couple of minutes to capture another waterfall. And then we're going to go south down to what I call an open plan waterfall. And I last came here in May 2020. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a comparison of images I took then to images that I'm taking today. And you can just see the difference between the water levels. With all the rain we've had recently, I thought the water would be too high today and too vicious, but actually it's just looking really nice. So I'm going to start off with a few compositions, and as I say, I'll show you a comparison between May 2020 and today, which is October the 26th.
So here's a couple of comparison shots, and in both of these shots you can see that the autumn colours make a big difference to the images, and also the fact that it was raining made all the rocks nice and shiny and much darker than they normally are. So this time of year it looks to be much better to capture images at Three Shires Head than actually in May 2020.
Well, I've set up this composition here. I've got this tree. It's got some nice autumn colours on it, and we just had some light and now it's gone. So I've just set up, I'm going to wait a few minutes just to see if we get the light back. The cloud keeps blowing over, the blue sky comes, it goes. We might not get a shot here, we'll see. Well, in the distance, there's the waterfall that I was going to photograph next. Unfortunately, I can't get to it. You have to go up there and climb down the bank and then cross over the river to get on the right hand side to capture the composition, and today the water's just too catastrophic, so I'm not risking trying to get across just for a picture. So we'll have to have a look at the last ones I took back in May 2020. And it's looking really good as well. And I can't swim.
So let's move down to the open plan waterfall now, and because of all the rain we've had, the journey down here is going to be quite interesting.
Well, I've got down to where I wanted to be, and I'm filming this with a Pocket Osmo, and I'm standing on a very, very loose sort of ledge, and it's not even possible to turn around, get my camera out and take a shot here, which is really disappointing. I've had to clamber around this side here, and I'm not looking forward to going back, to be honest. Now, last time I was here, you could actually climb over these rocks and get over to the other side. That's not possible today. I really want to be down there, down on that level bit, because then you can look back here and capture this waterfall. But it's not going to be, it's just too hazardous to set tripods. Even getting the camera out, I can't do it in a minute. I'm just going to move round to hopefully a flat bit. What I could do is, when I walk back later, I could try and come down here and get a shot down below there, looking back. But it's quite disappointing. So if I don't get any shots here of this today, here's some shots that I took back in May 2020. Oh, what a bummer.
Just look at the power in the water in today's video, significantly different from May 2020, and more autumn colours, even though the light was quite poor at this point. This image had a lot of potential, but needed the sun to come round in the late afternoon to light up this area, and it would have really brought out the autumn colours. It was quite dull again, and quite difficult to make the picture pop out as it could well do with that afternoon sun.
Well, I've walked around all the way around the other side of the river to get this shot. I've scrambled down this bank, and the sun's come out now, which kind of I didn't want. Well, I did want it, but not at this moment. And the thing with the composition is it's quite nice, because we've got the upper waterfalls in the background of the shot, and then the foreground we've got the water spiralling down. But we've got all these grasses in the way, and I think the grasses are actually spoiling the shot. So I'm not entirely happy. I might try and get into the middle there, or move further in. It's quite a short step here. Yeah, I suppose it depends if I'm feeling brave or not. So I'll try a few different exposures here. We've got some nice bracken on the left. The trouble is I'm doing long exposures, so the bracken's moving around in the shot. I don't know, does the grass spoil it? Because the grass is moving around in the picture, it's kind of blurred the grasses, so maybe this shot will work. Maybe I need to get a longer shutter speed for it to work. Let's have a play around. Let's go to f16, ISO 64 f16, 1/5 of a second. Wind's dropped now. If I can only remove this grass, this shot would have a lot of potential. I really don't think I can get across looking at it. It's quite a short step here, but it's if I miss the other side, I'll go into quite a deep bit. And then the other thing is I've got to try and get my tripod across as well. And I don't think I think looking over there, there's a rock going to be in the way of the compensation. A rock in the way of the composition. So I'm going to move a little bit down and probably take some close-up shot of the waterfalls. I don't think I've got any other option, unless I could cut this grass down. Can't do that. Okay, we'll end the video here. If you like watching this sort of content, then there's more to come, so please consider subscribing to the channel, sharing the video, giving the video a like, or making a comment in the bottom. And I'm off home now to edit Padley Gorge video, which by the time this video comes out will have already come out. That's confusing, isn't it? I'll see you later.
security everywhere here. I'm just walking up the road away from Three Shires Head, and it's quite a walk up back to the road. I've got security here, just probably going to check me out. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Yeah, I think he's letting me go. See you, mate. I won't mention mint sauce.